Oh, I'm gonna have to change some names. God damn it. But here we go. We have Summoning in the bottom right hand corner of Abyssal Reef. We have the yellow Zerg player himself, the runner-up of last month of Fire Cup number 8. It is Wayne. Hold on, I'll get the cow ready. There we go. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the Abyssal Reef? I don't think they got the memo, by the way, that this map is not in this tournament map pool. SMH my hedge. As in the top left hand corner, we have our red Terran player representing 3D Clan. It is MilkiCow. It does happen at times, but for those that are curious, in this tournament, the older maps like Abyssal Reef, Neo Violet Square, and King's Cove, alongside El Dorado, are not in the tournament map pool. But I believe these players, they didn't notice. They just got in. It happens. It happens. God damn it. Oh, wait, what? Yo, he's playing like he's Eric. The hell's going on? Okay, so we do have a very odd setup here. I'll be honest, I have not seen this before. So a couple of different things here. First things first, it is CC first. So CC first out of MilkiCow is a little bit greedy. Is greedy CC first here into his racks. I guess the rationale is that you can cut corners, you can go CC first and be relatively safe against a Link Flood, against like a 12 pool, for example. So because that, you have some SimCity to work with. The downside of this way of opening, though, is that sure, CC first, but you have to float, right? You have to float your command center over towards the natural to then get it up and running. So there's a bit of a give and take. In a way, decent SimCity, so you're a little bit safer. You're not as greedy as you could otherwise could be. So this is like almost like a midpoint between CC first and Racks Expand, just because the CC is delayed, but I would imagine that this is still faster than a Racks Expand setup. As the CC does complete, morphing in the orbital. This will delay natural base mining even longer. True. As we have the factory follow-up. Marine first, preserving that gas. Okay, makes sense to afford the faster factory. And we will Frankenstein together this opener. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting setup here. There we go. Now MilkiCow can float over. He can take his own natural. Again, I would imagine that this is still more greedy or more economic than going for a regular Rack Expand. And we have a 1-1-1 follow-up into add-on swap. Like this, there's a lot going on here. So first things first, because of the Marine first, because the Reaper was skipped, and because, I mean, as a result, there's limited scouting information across the map. But MilkiCow, he will be able to get into his faster factory, into faster starport. He's preserving his gas, of course, for this. He's getting into Reactor to Hellion initially. And are we going into Reactor to Hellion into a Hellbat push? Is that the plan? Going for early stim with like Hellbats, Marines, and Medevac support? As this, never mind, third CC after the starport. Okay. Let him cook. Okay, Hellion drop is being set up. It's going to be not a Liberator. It's going to be a Medevac first instead. Meanwhile, yeah, Wayne, just a Hatch Gas Pool. Hatch Gas Pool, droning, saturating. Very early. Jesus, 350? Sorry, 345? 340-ish lair timing? Oh my god. Insanely fast lair. Wayne, he has limited information as to what's going on. He did poke in with the Overlord. With this early lair, with more gases being taken, this screams 2-base Muta. But I feel like 2-base Muta might be punished by the Hellion drop. Let's go. Hellions is zooming across the map. Medevac as well. We do have the stim and bio follow-up here with 3 Raxes. And we'll see if Wayne can minimize losses against these Hellions. MilkiCow does look to move in. Medevac is intercepted. Yo, we're on the, let's go, we're on the pillar. Does hide on the pillar, does boost in. Jumping into the main. The Lings are trying to keep up. The Queens, they rotate over in time. Meanwhile, Hellions drop back onto the low ground, but Queens are in position. They get one drone. Oh, one drone. One drone goes down. But not much more than that. Now, what's scary here, a couple of things. The Hellions, they do scout the lair's already done. Like, again, this lair should not be done by now already, so the lair is very fast. Does take note of that. Does not scout the tech, though, I believe. Checking the vision here. No, sorry, did see the spire, so massive moment here from MilkiCow. He's aware of what's going on. He's building a Marines. Question is, did he click on the morphing in structure? That's the question. He might believe it's a spine crawler or a spore. It'd be an odd location for one, don't get me wrong. But I don't see any turrets. And we have eBays. We have the potential for turrets right now. We have Marines on the way. Lings, they move out. They will threaten the mineral line. Getting an SCV. When he pulls away, mutas are amassing. And Wayne is going into Lingbane Muta, bearing in mind that to be able to afford all these mutas early on, there's no Eva chambers, so lacking upgrades here for the ground army. The ground army is going to be struggling or suffering as a result. But the mutas have potential to make this worth his while. As MilkiCow, yeah, no turrets, he didn't see. I should say, MilkiCow's units saw the spire, he didn't click on it. He didn't notice. He didn't notice what that was. It didn't register. As a result, he is not prepared. Is not prepared. Mutas, they're diving in. They catch out a medevac. They get one. They get, oh my god! They get two medevacs. That tank was inside. They trade well against the bio. Last stim is done, but the mutas, they still trade well. They overwhelmed. They shut down the Marines. Rotating back over. Still no economic damage yet. Turrets are on the way, but again they're late. Late turrets here. As MilkiCow, again, he didn't notice what was going on. Getting 4 CVs. 4 CVs do go down. When he rotates. Does rotate over. Quest pulls away. One upgrades on the horizon here. And so far, Wayne, he's in control. He's in control here of the map. He has map control. He's containing his opponent. I mean, he just sniped some medevacs. We have drilling claws on the way. Thor production as well. Going to bio mine. This Wayne, he's looking for another way in. Ideally forcing a stim. Containing MilkiCow. Now, I do appreciate this. Wayne, he's still investing into +1 flyer attack, don't get me wrong, but that is a Hydrogen on the way. This tells us that he does plan on switching into Lurkers. Lurkers are more ideal against a Widowmine heavy composition. Mutas, they're very fragile, as you can imagine. Couple mine shots is all it takes. Oh. As Mutas, they can overwhelm this. Yeah, he notices. Yeah, he can overwhelm. He'll lose one. He will lose just one Muta. Sorry, lose the second. 2 Mutas go down. But it cleans up the medevac, the Hellbats, the bio army. Oof. Delays the CC, or at least attempts to. And behind this, no more Muta production. Just purely Lingbane. Pure Lingbane. Hive is on the way. Again, Wayne is trying to switch into Lurker Tech. The creep spread is solid. Spreading more tumors across the map. Getting towards the halfway mark. Containing his opponent. And there's that Lurker Tech. He's getting ready for the Lunkers. The Lunkers are coming. Oh! Oh my god. As MilkiCow is trying to catch out those mutas. I just have amassed. Oh. Looking to deny +2. Looks like he will be able to do so. Yeah, +2 is denied. Massive pickup. Bio army still kept busy. Drop into the natural. Hydras are revealed. Now he knows. MilkiCow now switching back into tank production. Army moves out. Where are the Lurkers? Wayne, he has the tech. He doesn't get into lair tech Lurkers. Supposed to move out. Oh, massive connections. Yeah, mine shows they shut down the Lingbane. And Wayne's in trouble. Wayne, he needs to morph in those Lurkers. Even without Hive upgrades, Lurkers, they still have value. MilkiCow pushing in. Wayne, he has to pull away. Now he's morphing in the lurkers. Again, the lurkers are late. And this is MilkiCow's moment. Can he break through this? Spark collapsing on the Thor. Thor goes down. Running out of Ling Bane. Green Army stepping on forward. Mute as they catch reinforcements. They at least attempt to. As lurkers are in position. Oh, the Might Shield! Oh my god. As Wayne is building up back at home, getting on top of the Bio Army. And lurkers have arrived. One lurker goes down. Just the one. Mutas are racing back. Racing back home. See Wayne trying to catch out that medevac. Oh, not quite able to intercept. Not quite. Ooh, nice control out of Wayne, baiting out the mine shots. Oh, runs into the drop. He will bleed out these Hydras. And he responds. Likewise, Liberation has arrived. Oh, catching out drones. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 drones going down. Wayne taking some losses back at home. But his main army is still solid. I switch too soon. Up. Gets 1, gets 2, gets 3. 3 full lurkers falling. Massive pickups. MilkiCow is popping up. Oh my god. He gets 11 drones across the map. He snipes 4 lurkers. Wayne taking a lot of losses here. Has to bring it together. Has to bring it all together. Has to calm down. Likewise, he moves in. He's rotating over. Trying to keep up. Mutas there going into the main. They're going to be thrown away. Wayne is pushing forward, takes down the first tank. Takes out one of the tanks. Lurkers, they come in to reinforce, and Wayne, he will overwhelm. He shuts down the ground army. He does have enough lurkers. He has enough likewise mutas to carry the production. Liberators, they can defend that southern base, or that low ground expansion. What about the high ground, though? Okay, never mind. They do reposition. Liberators are here. No Vipers for Wayne. And without Vipers, he has no easy way to deal with this. Oof. Putting out more lurkers. And MilkiCow, he's holding on. MilkiCow, he does hold, he does defend. I mean, again, this is what Abyssal Reef is known for, is for defensive play on 5 bases. It's not easy to break. Ghosts are getting surrounded, though. Nice pickups, taking down 3 ghosts. Wayne, he rotates, he does outposition MilkiCow. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh no, taking a lot of damage. Wayne, he'll respect the Liberator. Pulls away, building up more lurkers. And Wayne still has momentum. Both players are on 90 plus workers, 9 plus SCVs and drones. Nidus behind the bases, Nidus into the main. MilkiCow, he does notice. Despite that, not able to do anything about it. Now, there's nothing in the Nidus Worms, unfortunately. Looks like Wayne, he wasn't too confident they would finish. There we go. Lurkers now filing in. Into the main. Oh my god. Yeah, brutal mine shots. Likewise, Wayne, he rotates over towards the center expansion, just dragging and pulling MilkiCow apart. Lurkers are very low, but they will get us with the Ghost Academy. Academy's burning down. Lurkers, they've rotate over. Lurkers, they do rotate. Going back and forth in between the bases. Same time, Wayne forced to defend. He's forced to defend back at home, and this is giving MilkiCow more time to recover here. Like, what's impressive is that MilkiCow, he still has a comparable army size, but he's not quite in position. Yeah, lurkers, they move in. She heavily oversaturated. Oh my god, the SCVs are all here. What the planetary? Ghosts are coming from behind. Massive snipes. Snipes on the Hydra, snipes on the lurkers. Brutal fight in favor of MilkiCow. Bailings are late. They roll in after the lurkers go down. They're going for the planetary. They won't quite get it. They get 24 SCVs, not bad. You get some workers. Likewise, ghosts are exposed. Ghosts are exposed. Night Swarm into the main. Down to 0. Yeah, 0 lurkers. Still making more Nidus. As Wayne, he's rebuilding, he's remaxing, and after killing all those SCVs, MilkiCow, he doesn't really have as much of an economy. Not anymore. More as lurkers, they do get in. Pushing further into the main. Nidus does finish. MilkiCow once again out of position. He's just rushing on over. Does rush over. Likewise takes down the Raxes. We do get a master round. Oh my god, Jesus. Now, most of the production did go down, but at the cost of every single lunker, Pappy. The power of the snipes. The power of the ghosts. These are expensive losses here for Wayne, not gonna lie. They're very expensive. That was how many? He's lost 36 lurkers so far. Jesus, look at the efficiency for MilkiCow. The efficiency, it's crazy. Gas-wise especially. But Lings are putting in now. We're done with the lunkers, just rolling in with Ling main. Getting on top of the ghosts, massive connections. Popping up there out of MilkiCow. Nicely done. Does pick up. MilkiCow does hold, does survive. Now, we have brought this up in games past, but here on Abyssal Reef, it is easy to secure yourself on 5 bases, as you can see. The 5 base setup here is still very secure, but the 6th base is more difficult to expand to. The 6th base, whether it's the southern 6th or the northern 6th base, it is much more isolated, much more out in the open. This is where MilkiCow is going to struggle a lot more in maintaining this expansion. Whereas Wayne has map control, so he's freely double expanding, getting his own 6th, 7th, and 8th base. So he's on 8 hatcheries as opposed to the 5 bases here of MilkiCow. MilkiCow, he desperately needs another expansion to maintain his economy. But again, this is where things get difficult for the Terran to expand. Really difficult for either player, just depending on who has map control at the time. Wayne collapsing on MilkiCow. And he's rolling in. And as they crash into the middle line, getting 9 SCVs. MilkiCow still holding on. Still holding, still surviving. Meanwhile, Wayne just taking every base. Let's go. Taking every expansion. Likewise, Night Swarms are being shut down. Wayne back into just pure Ling Bane Hydra. He's going for the planetary, gets into the mineral line. And again, he's not breaking MilkiCow. Again, it's difficult to break a Terran on these bases, but he does get into the middle line, gets 12 SCVs, gets 1 Liberator. Nidus finishes up, dragging MilkiCow apart. Oh god, once again, it's going to be costly here, losing all these lurkers. Trading as best he can, creating an opening. And Wayne, his eyes are on the 6th. Planetary is not yet done. But MilkiCow is out of position. He's out of position, and this 6 base is not going to get up. It's just not going to get up. And again, this is the big challenge here on Abyssal, is getting a stick expansion. It's not going to happen. Gets sniped out of the sky. Takes down 20 SCVs. Up. My shot not quite going up. And pulling away. Another Nidus here. Into that natural. And again, to make this style work from Wayne, it is so important that these Nidus forms continue. Like, imagine this game without any of these Nidus plays. We would have seen MilkiCow easily defend, max out, and probably even take the 6 base as well. Like, the Nidus forms are necessary here to be able to create these openings and to be able to create these opportunities that Wayne has had to break the bases, to break the expansions. Otherwise, it's just Turtle City, right? Like, otherwise, like, MilkiCow just turtles up, he defends, he secures himself, maxes out, slowly takes the 6th base, slowly takes the 7th base. These Nidus forms have been successful enough. Lurkers once again into the natural. Wayne moving in, he wants that mineral line. Aliens, oh, they do get it. Oh, massive connections, and there it is. GG gets called. He breaks the 5th base for the first time, and Wayne, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Ay. GG, well played. A very intense game here. Again, all began with Mutaplay as a reminder, which also got scouted, but didn't quite react to it. So initially Mutaplay, then into Lurker play, then switching back into Lingbane Hydra. Very intense. A lot of switches there, a lot of tech switches, I should say, from Wayne, and of course able to pull MilkiCow apart with all of those Nidus forms as well. MilkiCow just having a very hard time once they started getting up, once they started rolling, could not secure himself back at home. Just non-stop Nidus forms into the main, into the natural, into the 3rd base as well. MilkiCow, he was just torn apart. GG, well played. With that, Wayne takes the lead, and that leads us into game number 2. We'll see if MilkiCow can bring it back and force the ace match. Let's go. I just caught up on the chat. Is it bad that it took me ages to realize young Yakov and Yaku are not the same person? God damn it. God damn it. SMH my head. Yes. Young Yakov and young Yaku are not the same. Not the same. Not like this. It's all good. But here we go. We're getting into game 2. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frostline, we have the yellow Zerg player. Yellow Zerg leading the series 1-0. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Terran player representing 3D Clan. It is MilkiCow. And speaking of catching up with the chat, a big shout out to MindleVK. Thank you so much for tuning in even. I know that MindleVK, he does put a lot of work in behind the scenes. I did mention this earlier, but I should just reiterate it now that he's in the chat, or at least he was in the chat. MilkiCow, he is the person behind the scenes here for this tournament. He does cast his event, of course, in his own native language, and for a very long time was mainly a pro player, mainly a competitor, but nowadays has branched out into streaming, into casting, and even organizing events like the Firegrow Cup, as this is a relatively new monthly tournament. I say new, has almost been running for an entire year. Beautiful. So a big shout out to MindleVK. Thank you so much for all the work that you put in. Thank you so much. Also for allowing us to cast in English. Thank you. As for now, we do have our initial hatch gas pool. Have our standard open out of Wayne. Likewise, MilkiCow across the map going for his own Rax expand. This time a much more standard. As a reminder, again, last game was crazy. I remember it took me like a couple of seconds to just wrap my head around the opener. Remember, it was CC first, but a CC as a part of the wall. It was crazy. It was like CC into Rax, into Marine first, into like into a float towards the natural base. It was crazy. It's crazy. Aye. Wild game. Wild. Whew. Okay. With that, we're settling into game 2. Settling into game 2. Wayne, he does move out with his initial lings. It was Marine first once again. Boys are being pulled. Mining is being denied. And when SCV goes down, delays a CC. Strong start here for Wayne. It's a strong start. We have more lings in production. He's flooding. Usually it's only 4 lings, then we drone, but no, Wayne, he's committing here. He's not droning whatsoever. He has a 3rd base on Lloyd just for larva. Now he starts to drone, but again, that's 10 extra lings in production. This is a big investment here by Wayne. A big commitment. Hellion production has begun. We have 2 Hellions that are halfway done at this point. Lings, they flood out. I'm not too certain this is going to be too successful here. We'll see what Wayne can accomplish. MilkiCow going for a 1-1-1 before 3rd CC, just like the last game. Hellions are building up. This can lead into a Hellion drop for a 2nd time. Lings, they collapse in. Can they get us around? Up, can he get it? Oh, he can. Oh, not quite. Yeah, it doesn't quite surround. A nice kiting here with the Hellions. Lings are forced back, and this was not worth it. This was not worth it here for Wayne, as this will delay his own droning, his own economy. That's a race back home, drone on up. Ooh, and this is not a Hellion drop. If you remember last game, I was flirting with the idea of the initial build on Abyssal Reef being a Hellbat push. This time it is. This time it's going to be a 1-1-1, a Hellbat push. This time it's going to be a delayed tech lab for an earlier armory. And this is going to hit like a truck. Now, if Wayne doesn't get a Baneling Nest, if he doesn't get roaches, and if his queen count is too low, then Wayne is going to be overwhelmed. What do we have? 5 queens. I mean, that's an okay queen count, but again, the droning was late, so the queen's going to be delayed as well. The 6th queen specifically. Overlord does confirm the 1-1-1. But again, this looks like the last build. This was like game 1. Roach Warren gets thrown down to defend, but the Hellbatzer will hit first. Hellbatzer will strike first. And Wayne, he is in trouble here. He's in trouble. MilkiCow jumping on top of those queens. And then like, ooh, unable to save the first fire bat. Oh, sorry, the Hellbat. The Hellbat does go down. Queens, there's no transfuse. Lings are getting roasted. He gets on top of 1 queen. 1 queen goes down. Nice juggling. Saving one of the Hellbats a little bit further there. Getting into the mineral line. Oh, but now down to 3. Down to 3 Hellbats remaining. Down to 3, down to 2. And Wayne holds. Wayne, he does hold. Hellbats, they try to make their way into the mineral line. They do roast up some of those lings. But Wayne does hold. And now it's time to counterattack. Now, MilkiCow, he's in trouble. He's in trouble here. He doesn't quite have the best position. Hellion's being chased down. Will slip away. Does slip away. Likewise, behind this, 3rd TC as a part of the wall. By a follow-up here, no mech. Things are cleaned up. Wayne is not droning. Ooh, Wayne, he's not droning. He's making roaches, he's making lings. He's going for a ling ravager all in. Off of what? Off of a 2-base saturation. Not really much of an economy here. And what do we have to defend? It's going to be 1 tank, 1 liberator. Stim will finish, no bunkers. We'll see what Wayne can accomplish. As Wayne, he has 9 roaches. Tank does siege, massive tank shot goes off. Rest of the army is filing in. And Wayne, now he drones. This is late. Yeah, very indecisive here from Wayne. Looks like Wayne, he wasn't really expecting a tank or a liberator. Upon seeing this, Wayne, the push has been stifled. Now he's droning, but again, late drones, late saturation, late economy here for Wayne. Ay, ay, ay. This investment into roaches just hasn't been worth it yet. Now he can maybe pick up some depots, true. Liberator gets into the main. Oh. Going for drones, gets 1, gets 2, gets up to 5 workers as Hellies, they roast up the natural. Oh my god. 7, 9, 10. Oh, he's not done. He's not done. He gets 1 more volley, clutch transfuse. As he does get 10 drones. 10 workers go down. Remember, Wayne, his economy was already stifled. The economy was already struggling. He already had late workers. Oh. Going for the tank. Not quite getting it though. Tank survives, depots as well. MilkiCow is in a better position. He has a better economy. Again, typically the Zerg player wants to be up a base, up in workers to keep up with the mules, but that is not happening here. MilkiCow is up in SCVs and he has mules alongside it. So MilkiCow, he is ahead and he's pushing. He is moving out. Wayne getting it forth, building up his army. Wayne, he can hold, he can defend. He's trying to be ready for this. Road speed is on the way. MilkiCow pushing in. Oh. As MilkiCow moves out, Lings, they do hit the third. Not bad. SCVs are going down. Okay, 3 SCVs so far. Are getting 3. Likewise, ooh, does take down one of the tanks. Nice miles. Gets 1, gets, oh, almost 2. Not quite. MilkiCow does save. Speaking of saving, back at home, he almost 3. He almost 3 SCVs. That could have been so much worse, but MilkiCow, he does defend, he does hold. Still rallying across the map. And there's still a lot of pressure on Wayne. So he does not get those tanks. MilkiCow still pushing in. Still moving forward. Wayne, once again, doesn't quite get the tank. The Biles! Biles, they connect with the medevac. Medevac survives. Rocks get knocked down. MilkiCow, he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want to turn around here. Lings, they do hit the middle line for a second time. They force a cancel. This time is getting damaged, though. 10 SCVs. But the Marines, they stim. And they're here to win. Yeah, they rush past the Biles. Yeah, nice dodges. Does avoid. No Banelings to defend. Just Roach Ravager. Or really just Ravager. Biles, they connect with one of the tanks. One tank goes down. Gets 1 tank. Lings across the map are cleaned up. MilkiCow, he lost a lot of SCVs. But he's still trading well. Taking down Roach after Roach. Takes down some of the Ravagers. Finally going to be forced back. Oh, he's just rallying. He's just rallying across at this point. As Wayne is barely surviving. Oh my god. As MilkiCow, he stims in. We're down to what, 4 Ravagers left. Does get the Biles off. Getting another tank. Wayne is holding on. He's holding. As I say that, double jump into the main. And MilkiCow, he's still rallying, by the way. He's still not stopping. So on 5 racks as the 4th was delayed. Keeping the army busy once again, just dropping over. We have some infestors in production. I mean, that will help, true. We have some infestors on the way. Sieging up 2 tanks once again. Wayne going for another Ling run by, catching reinforcements, at least hoping to. Yeah, Marines are going down. Oh my god, Bile connects. As Wayne does get a tank, not bad. Takes down a tank, but the base is gonna fall. Nice fungal, very nice. He's going for the medevacs, doesn't quite get them, but Wayne, he does hold on to the expansion. Barely holding on to the hatchery. He's holding, he's surviving. Let's go. Now, MilkiCow, he's finally decided to throw in a 4th CC. The 4th CC was on the way, like, what, 5 minutes ago, but it was forced to be cancelled. So it's being rebuilt. Wayne, the Ling run-bys, they just don't stop. They keep going, another fungal, another connection. As MilkiCow is trying to break through. Still struggling to, bleeds out another tank, massive pickup. Another tank goes down. Wayne, he defends, he survives. So he's like force back the army. And I would say that MilkiCow is running out of steam. At this point, he's running out of steam. He is getting to 2-2. At the same time, Hive is done. We have +3 carapace on the way for Wayne. That's crazy. +3 carapace, ultras as well. They're gonna have +8s. They're gonna have 1-8 upgrades. I don't think I've seen that before. But again, only +1 melee for Wayne. It's a very lopsided upgrades for the ultras, but sure, let's go. MilkiCow still being aggressive. Another nice fungal. Spiles are avoided. I mean, I want to see the 1-8 upgrade. The 1-8? I want to see the upgraded ultras, but I don't know if we can get there. 1-7 even. As Bio Army dust him in. Kindness plating still on the way. Not like this. As ultras, they dive on forward. Last Marines, they break through the Lings, getting on top of the Ravagers. Oh, ultras have to be respected. Drop back into the natural as well. Wayne, he will lose the expansion. He's stuck on 3 bases. Hatchery finally did go down to the rally. And sure, Wayne, he has ultras, but again, like, he just doesn't really have the best economy here to sustain this. Some more drones going to be going down. Actually going for the expansion. Oh, it gets a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. Hatchery goes down. Wayne is still trying to hold on, trying to survive. If he was able to preserve his infestors, I'd be more confident in this, but again, he only has 1 infestor left, so limited fungals. Limited fungal growth. Where's MilkiCow setting up? Sets up back at home. As we've built, how many ultras do we have? 6? Jesus. It's soon to be 9. 9 ultras on the way. Wayne's trying to stabilize MilkiCow. He's on 4 bases. He has a superior economy. Ghost production well underway. Rombais, they're buying time. They're forcing back MilkiCow. Forcing him back home. Getting into the mineral line. Oh. Not picking up some SCVs. You can see just like how little damage the Lings do, by the way, because they only have +1 melee. Like, the upgrades are still lacking. There's still no +2. Ah, no. So Lings, they just tickle the SCVs. Not like this. As MilkiCow is still up in supply. Oh, getting caught out though. First, have to get the hell out of here. Coming up. First, saved. Tanks getting caught on siege. Best case scenario here for Wayne. Just catching the army out. Yeah, on siege, unprepared. Picking up for 3 ghosts. Picking up what? 2 tanks. Yeah, 2 tanks, 3 ghosts. Massive pickups. Ultras, they commit in. Oh, but they cannot push into the stroke point. Brutal snipes. Despite that, still breaks through. Oh my god. Yeah, breaks through into the natural. Files, they take down the Liberator. Snipes are popping off. Oh my god. Snipes on the ultras. As the ultras, they go down one after the other. Still rallying in. These are expensive losses for Wayne. Again, Wayne just doesn't have the best economy here. He's back up to 4 bases. True. Oversaturated. Denies mining at the 3rd base. Workers are saved. Ling Ultra towards the planetary. The Massacre's coming in. Where are the snipes? Where are the snipes, man? Oh my god. There they are. Oh my jeez. Snipes, they shut down the ultras real fast and real quick. And how many ultras are left? 0. 0 ultras remaining. There's 3 ultras on the way. Oh, looks like the infestation wave will snipe, so no infestors, no fungal growths. We still have +1 melee. God damn it. Like, they're doing what they can. Yeah, they get a couple of SCVs. Let's go. As MilkiCow, he breaks out once again. He's had some really rough trades when it comes to getting caught out in the open. And now we have 4 infestors in production. That's going to be a lot of fungals. There we go. Let's go. +2 melee. Let's go. +2 melee of the way. 5th base is up and running. Planetary morphed in. MilkiCow, he still has the superior economy. Wayne trying to get his own 5th. So he's moving forward. Setting up his tanks. Nice snipes. Fungal does graze the army. Again, the Ghosts, they do spread nicely here. They do focus on the Ravagers. Decent fungal. Oh my god, the Wild's connect, but GG gets caught as Wayne is broken. Wayne, he's out of steam, he's out of money, out of supply. GG, and MilkiCow, he'll force the ace match. He ties up the series 1-1. Whew. GG, that was a very intense back and forth. Again, Wayne, he was like, I'm most impressed here by Wayne surviving. I thought he would be broken like 10 minutes ago. Like, Wayne, he had a really rough start. Remember, Wayne, he had, I would say, a failed Ling Rush or Ling Flood earlier into really shaky, and I would say failed Roach Rush after that as well. Like, he was laying a lot of his economy, delaying his mining. He did fall behind early on. Whistle MilkiCow was able to deal quite a bit and gain a little momentum early on as well, but he barely wasn't killing Wayne. It was impressive that Wayne survived for as long as he did, taking up into Hive, taking up into Ultras. It was impressive, but he never really was able to take a lead economically. He was never able to get ahead worker wise or ahead base wise. He was always one step behind. So these are always trades that MilkiCow could afford, and really Wayne was just treading water for 10 minutes, which is still impressive, but crazy. GG, well played. With that, the series is tied up 1-1, and we're going all the way to the ace match. We're going to game 3, and game 3 is going to be on ley lines. Let's go. Loading into ley lines. We'll see how the story ends. And spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the yellow Zerg player, the yellow Zerg himself. Oh, God, they switch places. God damn it. Un momento. As spawning in the right hand corner here of ley lines, we have the yellow Zerg player himself being forced into the ace match. We'll see if we can bring him back. We'll see if he can look to tie or look to take this series. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player representing 3D Clan. It is MilkiCow. Tying up the series 1-1. Yes, just letting MilkiCow know that this was a tied 1-1 series. And it all ends here. It all ends in the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. So we're getting into that final game. Whew. And we'll see how that story ends. As again, Wayne, he had an impressive defense, an impressive showing, surviving for as long as he did, despite being quite far behind that last game. As once again, MilkiCow going for that low ground CC as a part of the wall. Again, he's the only player I've seen do this. It feels like an oddity, I'll be honest. I feel like it's good, I guess, maybe on the ladder, especially if you are unfamiliar with your opponents. But these are standard openers out of Wayne, so I feel like this is really hurting MilkiCow more than anything. I wouldn't be opposed to MilkiCow even just going CC first. Maybe this is good to mix in and then just go CC first at some point in the series, but that never happened. So yeah, it's a really weird opener. I guess what I should emphasize, the reason why I find this build so weird is because it's meant to be like a safer version of CC first, but at the same time, like pool firsts are not really too common, right? Like pool first or 12 pools, or like early, not even 12 pools, because 12 pool doesn't even shut down early CCs. But yeah, like early game aggression is just very uncommon in this matchup to begin with, so it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. It's in a way overly safe. Overly safe. As third base is now on the way for Wayne. Again, just hatch gas pool. This reminds me of Homeowner. Homeowner, he does something similar. When he goes Rax Expand, he goes CC on the high ground in ZvT. Which again is crazy. But it's just like very safe. It does feel like a ladder build as we're going for a third CC before Starport. Economic build here by MilkiCow for the first time doing this variation with an economic setup. And again, like because he's making use of this of the low ground buildings, like he's able to have a wall early on as well. So he's very secure. Now, this is, I would say, very weak against Roach Ravager play, just because, I mean, we've spoken about this before. This is one of the weaknesses of 2Rax Reaper, for example, is that your production is exposed, right? The factory is on the low ground. It looks like we're actually already getting ready for that, though. We actually float, we have the starport in the main, and we float the racks all the way into the main as well. So I was about to say that usually the production will be exposed because it's all going to be on the low ground, but MilkiCow, he takes that into consideration, and he sets up the rest of his production in the main. It's in a way inefficient because it has to float over, but it is in a way safer. It's still vulnerable to Roach Ravager just because the factory is exposed, but at least the racks in the starport are not. Lings, they poke out, they attempt to delay, and it looks like they they do not. Speaking of roaches, Roach one's on the way for Wayne. Again, it makes sense for Wayne to attempt to maybe even try to punish this. As Hellions poke in. Go. Okay, does pull away. Oh, does pull away. Guiding back, picking up some tumors. Wayne getting into his own Roach base opener. Once again, just like last game, Wayne, he's not droning. He does cut workers early on. 16 Lings on the way. Wayne, he's going for the push. He's going for the all-in. We saw something very similar last game as well. And again, I believe one of the reasons for this is because so much production is at the natural. So much production is exposed. If you can break down this wall, if you can break the natural, you can break the production and end the game. Anyway, Hellions, they bust into the mineral and they get surrounded. They get 4 drone kills, decent damage. But here comes the Roach Ravager. I say Roach Ravager, no Ravagers, just Roaches. The Roaches, their goal here is to knock down that wall. Boys are being pulled. So far, decent repairs. Repairs, they hold the line. Bunkers on the way as well. Lings are flooding in. And the wall is solid so far. He defends. Yeah, MilkiCow, he defends. He does deflect. Again, the repairs are good enough. Banshee's in position. And now Wayne drones. And this is similar to game 2. These drones are late. The drones, the workers, they're late. They're delayed. MilkiCow, he does hold. He does defend. He's in a better position. Now getting into his own bio. And Banshees, they punish the Roaches. And now they move out for a counterattack. Spore's not ready. The spores are not ready. Banshees, they're popping off. We get 1, 2, 3. Can we get up to 4? We can. 4 drones go down. 5 drones even. 5 drone kills. Heading over towards the gases. Getting even more damage. Getting up to 6, 7, 8, 9. Can we get up to 10? We can. Oh my god, so close. 10. Oh, it does overextend. 1 Banshee does go down, but does still get 12 drones. Getting up to 13. Lings, they will delay the third base, but alas, Wayne economically here is struggling. I mean, his droning was already delayed, but the Banshees, they wreak havoc. Back at home, third base now being taken. MilkiCow looking very comfortable. Looking very secure. And similarly to on Frostline, the pressure is now on Wayne to recover. To bounce back. Oh, double infestation bits, so Wayne, he's flustered. making some mistakes. I mean, it is a rough position to be in. Oh, coming in for the surround. Nice movement with the SCVs. But more Lings have arrived. MilkiCow, he commits across the map. SCVs are going to be falling, getting 3, 4, 5 SCV kills. But Wayne, he wants the expansion. He wants the 4th. He's going to get it. Yeah, there's barely an army. Yeah, there's no army left. Lings, they bust into the natural. At the same time, 4th base goes down. Wayne, he's getting SCVs, though. That's a lot of workers falling. MilkiCow, he has to keep going. He has to commit. He has to commit into the 3rd. Otherwise, this just won't be worth it. 16 SCV kills. MilkiCow, he does push forward, but we have more Lings on the way. Has he taken too long? So far, Kai's well. Does Kai well. Takes down the roaches, getting 1, getting 2. Has to keep going. Catching out a queen. And more Lings are on the way. Getting another roach up just barely. Another roach goes down. Nice kiting. At MilkiCow, he's done it. At this point, he's done it. He has broken the back of Wayne. Again, it's been a shaky game here. Very shaky, very back and forth. MilkiCow, he just rallies across the map. Lings are trickling in. GG gets called, and MilkiCow will take the series 2-1, taking down Wayne. GG. GG, well played. And MilkiCow with a very unorthodox style. Very unorthodox, specifically his opener. And I don't blame Wayne for responding the way that he did. I do think that Wayne had to either commit harder or take a different approach. Like both on Frostline and here on Leylines as well, we had MilkiCow go for that low ground CC build, and we had Wayne try to punish him with roaches. But I say tried to punish him, he cut workers, he flooded with Lings, but he never morphed in any Ravagers, and he didn't commit as hard to it because he didn't morph in any Ravagers. Without Ravagers, he couldn't really break the natural base on Frostline or on Leylines either. Because of that, the aggression failed. He was forced to re-drone, and again, it was already an all-in to begin with, so just very just not very committed play, very uncommitted there, very difficult to, oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? Indecisive, there we go. Very indecisive there from Wayne in both games, and as a result, he fell behind, right? He fell behind. Either we all in or we don't all in, and it was very middle of the road, and because of that, MilkiCow, he defended, he took a further lead, he skyrocketed out of hand, out of control, and with that, GG. GG, well played. MilkiCow, he does take the series. Very impressive play there by MilkiCow, but I do think a lot of Wayne's responses are most likely because he was having a really hard time reacting to the build of his opponent, to the setup, right? Again, like, I don't blame Wayne for initially going into roaches and for committing initially, because you feel the urge to try to punish the low ground setup. Like, there's so much potential. As we were mentioning at the time, if Wayne breaks a natural, he can end the game. He can end the game then and there. But again, indecision there from Wayne. GG. GG, well played. With that, MilkiCow, he will claim the series. And with that, we are now halfway through the broadcast. We are now 3 rounds in, and we have 3 rounds to go. We're going to be going on a short break. We just wrapped up 3 best of 3s. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have the second half of the broadcast. We'll be returning here with our next matchup. It is going to be Nickrat versus Nikic in a ZvT. Oh boy. So we'll see you guys after the break, as when we return, we'll have another Terran versus Zerg matchup. See you soon. See you soon after the break.